My name is Ethel Magana Lopez, and my story is called Midnight Devil. Now, I've never been one to go out late. I can't stay out late with my friends, and they complain. They always ask me, do you have to go home already? Why don't you stay out late? And my favorite, are you in your pajamas already? It's 8:30 p.m. Well, there is enough scientific evidence to prove that I am 99% more likely to be cranky in the morning if I don't have my oatmeal at exactly 7:30 a.m. But after some more deep excavation in my mind and kind of analyzing the past 10 years, I realized the real reason why I can't be out late. My grandma. Now, this story starts off just like any other. It was a cold December night in 2005. We're in Mexico. It's the holidays. We're hanging out at my grandma's house. I'm playing video games with my friends and my cousins in our room. It's 11:30. I guess we're being too loud and too rowdy. Now, something you must understand is I come from a very traditional Mexican family. So my grandma has two guiding principles for her life: religion and superstition. So let's go back to the story. It's 11:30. I guess we're being too loud. And my grandma decides that the best course of action is to say the following to get us to go to sleep. She emerges from the darkness in the pitch black hallway, raises her grandma arm out at us, points at the clock, and says the following, which will haunt me for the rest of my life. When that clock strikes 12, the devil will appear. And then just disappears, vanishes into the abyss, I can only assume. I have never turned off a PlayStation so fast in my life. Two-step process, power button, dive into bed, boom, boom. Covered the blanket over my head, hiding from the devil. And so from that point forward, I can never be awake past 11 p.m. Now I know what you're thinking. What do you do New Year's Eve? Nothing. I am in bed by 11, okay? Like tucked in, blanket up to my ears, fireworks going off. Even if I'm not sleeping, you know I am pretending to be asleep. So, my grandma. That is why I can't be out late, right? I thought that's why I get sleepy so early. No, I'm just terrified, right? So fast forward now. I think, how do you explain that to somebody, right? When my friends call me to hang out and go to the movies, how do I casually just slip Satan into the conversation? Like, hey guys, the movie can't start at 10 p.m. because exactly 2 hours later, Satan himself will seep through the cracks of the floor, melt my popcorn, and as the popcorn butter is dripping on the floor, it will spell out, "Go to bed, Ethel, it is midnight." I just can't do it. So, I would like to think that my grandma was trying to teach me a lesson, ultimately, to shield myself from evil, to protect myself. I suffer a lot of anxiety, a lot of self-induced stress, if you will. And one night, in my madness, I was finally able to put myself to rest. I was finally to just get some rest by tucking myself into bed and saying, "Shh, Ethel, calm down. It's almost midnight." Now I know what you're thinking. Did I somehow manage to twist my grandma's devil tactic into some sort of form of meditation? I don't know. That's a story for next StorySLAM. I'll analyze that later. But she did teach me to kind of protect myself from evil, even if it's just putting evil thoughts to sleep. Now I'd like to leave y'all with one last quote from my grandma. This is another one of those things that she would just always say. Okay, emerging from the darkness, grandma arm out. "There is a lady with a long white gown and no head that likes to walk back and forth in the front yard." That's it. That's literally all she would say. I don't even know what it means. I can't even tell you. I would just stare at her and be like, okay, I'm sure that will haunt me later. Do what you want with that. Thank you.